As for further security guarantees, in addition to our army, this also applies to the contingent. There are many proposals from leaders, and their number increased. The fact that there are more and more countries that are ready to provide security guarantees to Ukraine, whether it be in the sky, air defense, or actually underground, or at sea, and sending their contingent. There are more and more such countries. This is good news. As for the actions, responsibility, modality of this contingent, what it can do, how to use it, who will manage it, many questions but few answers so far. The meeting will be Franco-British, as Emmanuel said. I think some others will join, and they will join to look at the basis that Ukraine has prepared, how we see it, where we see it, the quantitative and qualitative composition of this contingent, to start this dialogue in a more substantive way. As for the contingent, I simply believe that many leaders have their own vision. It's true, it's true, it's true. There are leaders who say we have no right to forget about NATO. We agree with them here because this is the simplest infrastructure, even more understandable. Again, I'm sorry to repeat myself, the cheapest structure. Instead of building a whole infrastructure in Ukraine, there is understandable security infrastructure like NATO that has already been built. But we have what we have. So far, this NATO issue is not very active yet. We are talking about the military contingent, their presence, our protection, and representation of our partner countries. The representations in the sky, on the sea, and on the ground. As I said, these are troops. These are troops. We are not talking about UN troops, we are not talking about the OSCE. We have such proposals, they are on the table and we are discussing them. But our position on the OSCE, with all due respect, is that we don't want the mere presence of the OSCE. It does not guarantee security. They have their own functionality, but they simply do not have a corresponding mandate, as there is for the military contingent. And the Russians are not afraid of them. You know, there are many countries in this system today. There, in the meeting, were more than 30 countries today, and we need to generalize. Every country and every leader has their own view. The main thing that unites us is that everyone is in favor of supporting Ukraine. This is a security guarantee for us. And it is very important that they are on our side and are steadfast in order not to surrender Ukraine's interests, our territorial integrity and sovereignty while not legally recognizing any territory that Russia has occupied. Not legally recognizing any of these territories as Russian. This is also very important because we have heard signals from the United States of America about certain compromises on the territories. We saw them, we heard them in the media. In Saudi Arabia, we didn't talk about that. And it is very important to have a united position on the European continent. No one will give our lands to Putin or Russia. They violated international law, and they must be held accountable for this. This is also our common position, at least once again, of those present today. Americans are saying that they believe that the silence at sea, the silence in the energy infrastructure is working. I believe the following. 2 days ago, there was a night when there were no strikes on the energy infrastructure. Today, the power grid in Kherson was damaged by Russian artillery. This is how it works. This is how the arrangements were made. There were 3 documents. I believe that the 3 documents show that these are not quite normal arrangements. In my opinion, this is why it works with Russians. That's why, in my opinion, if there was a violation today and there were strikes on Kherson, there were strikes on the railway station, and electricity was damaged because there were strikes on the energy infrastructure and in the city of Kherson. The city of Kherson is a civilian city, not a battlefield, and civilians have lost their energy. I believe that there should be a response from the United States in action. Our side is not sure what it will do as long as no one understands who is monitoring what. Because I think it's not clear who will monitor it and how. My mood is normal. I think the summit was very motivating. Once again, I am grateful to Emmanuel for organizing this. I believe that my dialogue with leaders is motivating. I believe that the leaders are all charged. I believe that the leaders are not abandoning us but will support Ukraine. This is a bad signal for Putin. We are not going to give up, surrender our lands, our independence. He won't be able to deal with us that easily. That's why my mood is very normal. We are not alone.